And that was Benoit. Benoit will be leading the way next week, and I have to thank Joanna for that. Joanna put me in touch with Benoit, and he does a great job.
He's great.
He's on vacation this week, but he's really pumped to show up. He's got so many musicians involved and listening, so it's going to be great. Next Tuesday, a 2-hour special show, 8 to 10 from Hub Billiards. It's going to be romantic. The only bad thing about it is our great videographer, Walter, who's such a romantic, is going to be taking his lovely wife out for Valentine's. So Justin Shawshan is going to be filming next week. I'm sure Justin's going to do a great job. But Steve, we talked about ADD, and I got to be honest with you. I was afflicted with ADD as a child. I had real severe concentration problems, so this topic hits home to me personally. So I know firsthand what it's like. So let's talk about ADD and how it afflicts the youth today.
Thank you, Howie. It's a situation and a disease that's been going on for a long time, and some adults and some children go undiagnosed with ADD or ADHD. ADD stands for Attention Deficit Disorder, and ADHD is Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. The difference is where the hyperactivity comes in. That's where some of the children or even young adults and adults that have gone undiagnosed get into a lot of trouble academically, sometimes behaviorally, and even legally if it's not handled or coped with it in the right way. It really causes a lot of problems for relationships, for professional work that the children are trying to get into when they get to adulthood, and it really is something that really is rampant in the schools that have gone undetected. I'm a school psychologist for over 20 years or so, and I've been bounced around to different schools here and in Maryland. I see the same kind of situations that develop in the school settings where undiagnosed children are failing school, they're not getting the proper academic support that they need, or the behavioral support, therefore they're getting into a lot of problems and troubles, and not getting to where they need to get in life. So when you bring up that you were afflicted with this, it's encouraging to see how it's dealt with in a positive way. Specifically, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder is a developmental disorder which is characterized primarily by the coexistence of attentional problems, hyperactivity, with each behavior occurring infrequently alone, symptoms starting before the ages of 7. Specific areas of concern is that there's careless mistakes, lack of attention to details, lack of sustained attention, poor listening skills, out-of-seat behavior, poor organizational skills, avoiding tasks requiring sustained mental effort, losing things, easily distracted, fidgeting, squirming. Those are telltale signs that something might be wrong. There's various ways of handling this. Obviously, a school social worker, a school guidance counselor, or a school psychologist like myself can detect that. But also a pediatrician. There are medications out there that could also cope with this attention deficit.
Talk about making sure and how important the medications is, because I specifically remember when I was a child that I think they gave me too much medication and I became hallucinating. And I would say to my aunt, I'm seeing these people are coming after me in the basement, and I was told later in life that was the hallucinations I was having was a direct correlation of not having the right medication. That was one of the side effects.
Right. There's a lot of controversy around medications regarding attention deficit disorder, like Ritalin and medications like that. Because of the level and the dosage level, and the age and the weight of a particular child, that could play into effect into what somebody might perceive to be as hallucinating or having adverse effects to one's body. So it's really careful. You really have to double check the medication dosage, and also it's not just the medication, it's the behavioral intervention that's needed also. So the counseling along with the medication is important, so that if the medication is not needed, the counseling could overtake that, and then there's a balance, so eventually the medication will be weaned off and dismissed altogether.
Excellent. Steve, that was an awesome report. I mean, you've added so much to our show, and I think it's so important to get involved in these topics, especially what's so important in today's youth.
Yes, Harry, I really appreciate the opportunity each week to present something that's really affecting the schools and the future of our country, so that it's really needed for Long Beach, but also to get the word out there that there are proper treatments and supports for children and families that may suffer from ADD or ADHD.
That's great. Now let's give it up to Steve. What a great report. And now let's give it up for Justin Shawshan, and he's got the Long Beach High School sports report. Justin, it's all yours. Just say a couple of things.
Alright, well, the Long Beach High School winter season is coming to an end. All the teams played great throughout their seasons. The only two teams that are left in the regular season are the boys and girls basketball team. They both just finished with great wins, and we'll hopefully have a strong postseason coming up.
One thing I will add that I got an email from Ray Adams that one of the wrestlers on Long Beach, Dylan Palacio, beat the second-ranked kid in the nation.
Wow.
So, that is, and he comes from the great Palacio family. His dad, Leo, is a teacher, and it was a great athlete in Long Beach. His grandfather is a Hall of Fame wrestler and great athlete. So the Palacio family has really made a name for itself. As a matter of fact, Dylan's older brother is a professional soccer player. So it's an incredible family that have really made an impact in Long Beach for sure. So congratulations to Dylan Palacio. And next week I want to talk to Joanna about that. This is going to be really special. A 2-hour show at Hub Billiards, and you were the one that turned me on to Hub Billiards. We're going to have Benoit is going to bring so many musicians down.
That's great.
And so I'm really excited because let's face it, Valentine is the most romantic day of the year, and to have all those musicians to be playing love songs and seeing all that talent under one roof. And the new room at Hub, the upstairs
Oh
room,
my God.
I have a great couch I love to sit in. It's so comfortable, and it's going to be 2 hours of great music at the Hub next week.
Yeah, I think it's wonderful. Benoit is he's such a super musician, such a wonderful connector of people, and he is such a delight to work with. And I'm glad that he's been able to connect with you and able to bring the music scene to all of your listeners. So I expect that it's going to be a super show, and a lot of people are going to come out for that. And you never know what could develop, in a nice environment like that on an evening of love and such things as that.
Yeah, matter of fact, I'm having a special, not a musician, but a very inspirational guest who I thought would be very apropos for Valentine's Day. His name is Joe Satriano. And I invited Joe because Joe is a math teacher, had a love affair for 25 years with his beautiful wife, Sue Satriano. And Sue, in the last 10 years of her life, fought cancer courageously and lost that battle to cancer. And Joe decided to write a book about his journey with Sue as they fought, the cancer battle together. And he wrote a book about his wife Sue and started a foundation called the Susan Satriano Foundation. And it's such a loving story, and all the money from the Susan Satriano Foundation goes to families who lost their mom to breast cancer. So it's a great foundation, and Joe's going to be there at Hub Billiards next week telling the story and selling some books. And any book that he sells next week is going to going to benefit the foundation. And Joe is actually working on his next book, which, what a title, Aftermath. We're both math teachers, so I hope everyone joins us next week. We're going to be a 2-hour love show at Hub Billiards on Valentine's night. Please join us. It's going to be great. We want to thank all our guests. It was a great show. We're pumped that Stacy is now with us. We want to thank Joanna, Steve, the Polar Bears. It was an amazing show. Walter. And let me wrap with this. My name is Halftime. I want to thank you for your time. Please join us next Tuesday night for another edition of Halftime. But at this time, we are out of time. See you next